Okay, now we are live. So today what I wanted to do is to practice it together. So let's first set a goal. So the goal what we are going to set is to reach Arhat. So what it means is that three things should happen when we go there. Number one is that we should be able to see all our past lives, all of them, from this life to as many lives we have. Second one is that we should be able to see the beings coming and going in every realm of existence, and what is making them to go from a higher realm to the lower realm, or staying in the same realm, or from a lower realm to the higher realm, and how they are crossing and how they are moving in directions. And the third one is the asavakkhaya jnana, which means ending of all defilements, which means that it will show for itself that there is no rebirth. So these are the three things which we should get at Arhat Phala Samapatti, apart from the other things like Dibba, Sota, and reading other minds, etc. So, but these three, he calls it as Veda or knowledge. So we should be able to get these three knowledge. So that's the goal. Now, having set the goal, we need to see what is that one has to do. In many suttas, Buddha has explained what we should be doing, but then what I thought is that it is good to contemplate, good to practice. Instead of reading so many suttas, it's better to understand and practice, considering all the gist of all the suttas what we have done so far. So the first step is to bring the mind in nearness of Buddha. So let's start with Vandana. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. So now we prostrated 3 times. First time by the mind, Mano Sankhara. Second time Vachi Sankhara, and the third time Kaya Sankhara. Now what is that we need to reflect upon here is that I am prostrating to all the Buddhas, now to all the Buddhas what has been known. So this is the one we need to reflect. Now what does Buddha stand for? That we are going to come as part of Vandana. But right now we are prostrating to all the Buddhas, from the Gautama to the first Buddha. Now having done that, let's move on to the next one of setting a refuge. So we need to create an island. So for that we need to go in for refuge. Buddham saranam gacchami, Dhammam saranam gacchami, Sangam saranam gacchami, Dutiyampi buddham saranam gacchami, Dutiyampi dhammam saranam gacchami, Dutiyampi sangham saranam gacchami, Tatiyampi buddham saranam gacchami, Tatiyampi dhammam saranam gacchami, Tatiyampi sangham saranam gacchami, Saranaagamanam sampunnam. Now let us call all the beings whomever have passed in our lives, all those relatives, parents, friends, devas, and all kind of beings who can sense us either with body or searching for the body, and who have the capability to hear. So as in my case, I don't have the parents, I don't have many of my uncles, I don't have many of the aunts, so it's better to call them to listen to this. And if they have the ear to hear to the Dhamma, they can surely make use of it. So let the benefit go to all the beings who have passed due to COVID or due to any other disease in the last year, this year, and due to any other problems like accidents and different kinds of ailments, from an ant to a mosquito to all kind of beings. May they all be free from suffering. Samanta Chakravalesu Atra Gacchantu Devata Saddhammam Munirajasa Sunantu Soggamoggadam Dhamma Savana Kalo Ayam Bhadanta Dhamma Savana Kalo Ayam Bhadanta Dhamma Savana Kalo Ayam Bhadanta. Now let us get into the Vandana. About Buddha. Iti piso bhagava arham samma sambuddho vijjacharana sampanno sugato lokavidu anuttaro purisa dhamma sarathi satta deva manussanam buddho bhagavagiti. On Dhamma. Swakhato bhagavata dhammo sanditthiko akaliko yehi passiko opanaiko pacchattham veditabbo vinyuhi iti. On Sangha. Supatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Ujupatipanno bhagavato savaka sango Nyayapatipanno bhagavato savaka sango Samicipatipanno bhagavato savaka sango Yadidam chattari purisa yugani Atta purisa puggala Esa bhagavato savaka sango Ahuneyo Pahuneyo Dakhineyo Anjali Karaniyo Anuttaram Punyakhetam Lokasayiti. Now we have 3 steps that need to be followed. This has to be extended all the time during the waking and as far as possible during the first half of the sleep. Plus we need to have regulations on meeting people, interacting with whom should we interact and whom we should not be interacting. Then we need to cultivate moderation in eating, and then we need to cultivate moderation in sleeping. So what's the first step? The first step is to clearly notice the arising and passing away. Udaya Vyaya Jnana. Try to comfortably sit wherever you're sitting. Close your eyes. Keep the body straight. Keep your spine erect. Watch the breath arising and passing away. There is Udayangama arising, Attangama like sunset, sunrise, sunset. You can notice even the heartbeat. Just watch the breath on the anicca nature of it. There is no you in the breath, so it's anatta. It's not mine. If the breath is going away like this, a new breath coming, old breath going, it's indeed dukkha. Now as I watch the breath, as I start watching the breath, the body becomes calmed down. All the relationship ceases to exist. Now let's take up the subject. The subject which has helped me is the ahara, about the 4 kinds of food. In that I will take the first one. So while we are watching the breath, we need to see that there are 2 diseases. One disease is hunger. Second disease is the thirst. And both are of Mara. This can land us in hell realm of existence. This can land us in animal realm of existence. It can land us in human realm of existence, or Deva or Brahma. But it has a problem. It can never be filled up. So now I will use the reflection on seeing what happens with food. All the problems in the world are due to hunger and poverty. Everything from hoarding food grains, packaging, maintaining, killing living beings, destroying the trees, seeds, plants, soil, overdeveloping the land, inorganic way of production called as farming, with fertilizers and other different kind of manures which are chemical based, different kinds of marketing, to promote product in the name of energy, in the name of health, in the name of comfort. in the name of nutrients, different drugs, different juices, some claiming natural, some claiming energy drinks, alcohol, various kind of snacks. So all of this is for unsatiable hunger. So what I can reflect upon is, what is my type? Am I a raga type? Am I a dvesha type, or a moha type, or a combination of all the three in terms of predominance? Let's say I love pizza, and today is, let's say, Friday, weekend. I need to have a pizza, or I like to go to Subway, or I need to go to Taco Bell, or I love to enjoy sweets, I love to have ice creams, fruit punch, going to clubs, or snacking. And all the wars, all different kind of trades, all the fights are only for food and water. All kind of climatic changes, fight for the planet and fight for this and fight for that, cleanliness and dirtiness, dumping in the landfills, all of them have happened only due to hunger and poverty. Nobody wants to be hungry and nobody wants to be in poverty. So we can reflect and see what happens to oneself. Where is the heart going to stop? Whether it is stopping on raga, is stopping on dvesha, or stopping on moha. Where does it land? Do I like Italian, French, Indian, Chinese, continental, American? All these kinds are moha, where there is strong sense of belief that this is that food, which is coming out of the phassa ahara, contact. So we have different kind of vedana coming up, the feeling. And the mano sanchetana ahara is the willful actions we take. To go to the Pizza Hut, or to Domino's, or to US Pizza, or Italiano, or some mall where they serve all of these. Then if the food is not good, not up to the mark, dvesha. Looking forward for the next time visiting that place is raga. And the Vijnana Ahara is providing the necessary conditions, the necessary experience. So how do I stop this madness? Now here I need to bring in Pachavekkana, reflection on three requisites: food, clothing, shelter. I need to put a break on the Kabalinka Ahara, Pulariko Sukuma. Now what is that I'm going to do? Is to observe why I'm eating. To cure the disease. Because otherwise stomach has lot of pains, lot of acid, lot of discomfort. Then there is bloating sensation. Then it makes me uncomfortable. To make myself comfortable, I'm going to eat. Not for enjoyment, not for fun, not for adornment, not for display, not for religion. Just to pacify the incurable disease, which is hunger, can never be cured. Even we can cure cancer in some way or the other, but the hunger can never be cured. So I keep on reflecting like this. Not that I'm not going to eat. I'm going to have my food. But looking at the quantity and trying to moderate the medicine, make the food as the medicine. And have it till the pain is resolved. Something similar on the water. And after that it has gone to the stomach. There is no news until the next day or the same day as urine and feces. And the odd smell, the horrible smell which comes out. It's so putrid. It's so disgusting. One can watch it. the karma will not be there. The problem is we ignore that. We keep on thinking on something else while we are in toilet. Better to watch that. Whenever we go to urination, instead of thinking on something else, watch the urine. Then look at the smell and the heat which is coming out, the color of urine. Then the pus would not have sensuality, kamaraga. It would be neutral, upekha. Neither it will have patigha, striking. Then the mano sanchetana, which is sankhara, would not have any value. It will be samatha. Vijnana will be neutral, upekha. This is the first practice, which I am going to do after the breath is put in proper shape through anicca, dukkha, anatta, asubha. Now I can apply this to the food also. So there are 4 kinds of ahara. Now using samadhi, I can see why am I eating. Then my body cannot stay outside, so it requires a shelter to ward off the flies, to ward off mosquitoes and other creepy things, to protect oneself from rain, sun and other weather conditions, to ward off dogs, cats and other kind of animals. I am using the shelter, senasana. For sleeping, the body requires a place to sit, a place to stand, a place to use the washroom, walk, then sleep. Then it requires clothing. I need to cover the shameful parts. I need to cover because of flies which can make their home in this putrid body. With lot of hairs, there are lot of insects which can make home inside these hairs. Head hairs can have lice, body hairs can have small insects which look microscopic sometimes, but they can be seen by naked eyes and they can make home. And fungus, and also to get rid of heat and cold and other kind of weather things, I need to have the clothing. And the fourth requisite I require is the medication. No matter how much moderation food I am going to have, food by itself can cause poison, called as food poison. Water can give waterborne diseases. A spoiled food can give diarrhea, dysentery, and other kind of ailments, gas. It can increase the pitta, bile juice. It can increase the vata, gas. It can irritate the stomach, the liver, intestine, gallbladder, spleen, kidneys, depending upon what we have eaten. So no matter what I eat, the diseases are aplenty. So I might have to suffer as a consequence of eating. But there is no choice. I need to indulge in eating. But I am eating for brahmacharya. I am wearing clothes for brahmacharya. I am taking a shelter for brahmacharya. And I am taking medication for brahmacharya. Even if I am doing yogasana, pranayama and other things, it's for maintaining the brahmacharya, not for adornment of the body. So with that, what I'm going to do now is to work out on the 10 dasa kusala and removing the 10 dasa akusala. First one I'm going to do is panatipata, pahaya, panatipata, pati virato hoti, nihitta dando, nihitta satto, lajji, dayapanno, sabba, pana, bhuta, hitanukampi, viharati. Now I am giving up killing, because as I watch the breath arising, passing away, and as I see the food, everyone is hunting, struggling, crying, lamenting for food. Every being, sabbe satta aharatika, all beings sustain due to food. So every one of us, be it humans, animals, birds, insects, many-legged, no-legged, all of them keep on killing one or the other, keep on biting one or the other, all for food. And the breath is going away in all the beings. All at once, they are arising and passing away, arising and passing away in all the beings. It can be my mother or father or brother, sister, brother-in-law, sister-in-law, friends, wife, husband, child, or their children, enemy, or whatever I have. All are losing their breath. So no point. And the fight and the arguments, debates, competitions, comparison, compulsions, religious beliefs, systems, traditions, all are for food. There's not even one thing which is not related to food. So I will stop killing living creatures, refrain from killing them or harming them in any way. Nihitta dando, having given up the stick, I don't carry any stick. Nihitta satto, I'm not carrying any weapon like a sword or a knife or something. Lajji dayapanno, shy to harm anyone. Dayapanno is sympathetic. Sabbapana bhuta hitanukampi. Pana is the prana, which is the life source for every being. Bhuta, the beings. Hita, welfare. Anukampi, compassion. So this I remember, sati. Remember deeply that every being is struggling to eat, get the food, but there is no guarantee of its survival because the breath is arising and passing away. It's not staying even for a moment more. And that's a dukkha, because life is going away, aging is happening, and the death is imminent. With every food I am taking, the organs are reducing in their capacity. What capacity I had while I was in my 20s, I don't have it today. And the same is the case with everyone. So observing this food, I will stop killing and harming any living being. Then I come to the second one. Adinnadanam pahaya adinnadana pativiroto hoti. I will not take something which is not given to me. And I will refrain from taking what has not been given. Yam tam parassa para vittu pakaranam gamagatam va aranyagatam va natam adinnam theya sankhatam adata hoti. Whatever the wealth and provision belong to the other, whether in the village or in the city or in a remote place, I'll not steal, Sankatam. I will not condition myself to steal. Again, reflecting on the food. All the stealing is happening in the name of the food. All our earnings, good earning, bad earnings, is for food. The 4 kinds of food. So I'm refraining from doing that. Third one, Kameshu Michacharam Pahaya. Kameshu Michachara Pativirato Hoti. Yata Maturakkita Piturakkita Mata Piturakkita Bhaturakkita Bhaginirakita Natirakkita Gottararakita Dhammarakita Sasamika Saparidanda Antamaso Mala Gula Parikkita Pi Tatra Rupasu Na Charittam Apajjita Hoti. So I will not do any sensual, sexual misconduct and refrain from them to a woman or a girl who is protected by her mother, protected by her father, protected by both mother and father, protected by the brother, protected by the sister, protected by the relatives, protected by the clan or the community she belongs to, protected by the Dhamma, has already got married and has a husband, and protected by the wards, or even who has been garlanded as an engagement. Nor I am going to do character assassination of that girl or the woman. This is the way I will refrain, because again, 2 things. She is poor. She is poor in the sense she has to find food. She has to find the shelter. She has to find the clothing. And she has to find the medicine. Something similar to me. And her breath is also arising and passing away. So there is no need for me to do any sexual misconduct. Out of force, I am not going to do that. Now I come to the 4 things done by speech. Musavadam Pahaya, Musavada Pativirato Hoti, Sabhagato Va Parisagato Va Nati Majjahagato Va Ugama Jagato Va Rajakula Majjato Va Abhinihito Sakhiputto Eham Bo Purisa Yam Janasi Tam Vadehi Iti. So Ajanam Va Aha Na Janami Iti Janam Va Aha Janami Iti Apasam Va Aha Na Passamiti Passam Va Aha passamiti iti atahetu va parahetu va amisa kinchik kahetu va na sampajana musa bhasita hoti. I have given up the false speech, refrain from false speech in the assembly of people, a gathering of relatives, or with friends, or any other gathering, or in a royal court, or in a court of law, brought in as a witness. If somebody asks, tell the truth, whatever you have known, whatever you have seen, thus you speak. Then not knowing, I say, I don't know, or knowing, I say, I know. Not seeing, I say, I did not see. Seeing, I say, I have seen. Not for his self, not for the sake of another self, or for a little gain in witness, does I speak words which would amount to the false speech. So wherever I go, I need to look at this speech, because again, the sound is appearing and going away. What I tell, what I have informed yesterday, today is history. What I have informed day before yesterday is again a history. What I have informed 1 month ago is a history. So no point in telling lies is what I need to understand. And again, all these lies are for food only. 4 kinds of food. And then the breath does not feel comfortable when I lie. The heart pays up. Not required. Now I come to the Pisuna Vacha. Pisunam Vacham Pahaya Pisunaya Vachaya Pativirato Hoti Na Ito Sutva Amutra Akhat Ime Sambhedaya Na Amutrava Sutva Ime Sam Akhat Amusam Bhedaya iti bhinnanam va sandhata sahitanam va anupadata samaggarama samaggarato samagganandi samaggakaranam Vacham. Bhasita hoti. Now let me give up the malicious speech, refraining from the malicious speech. Having heard it from here, I do not repeat it there in order to break those people up or cause a confusion or cause some kind of anxiety which will then break their friendship. Or having heard it here, I don't announce it there in order to break those people up. Considering the trivial thing, considering the life which is coming and going every moment, it's not worth it. So I reconcile, reunites, rejoins those people who have been broken up, delighting in concord, not in discord, devoted to concord, not in discord, rejoicing in concord, not in discord. I should become a speaker of words that brings concord. Parusam vacham pahaya, parusaya vachaya pativirato hoti. Ya sa vacha nela kanha sukha pemaniya adayangama puri bahujana kanta bahujana manapa tatha rupim vacham bhasita hoti. I will give up rough and harsh speech right now, refraining from the harsh and rough speech. I will speak the words which are blameless, pleasing to the ear, loving, heart, enduring kindness, which gives peace. The voice is not too harsh to hear. It's very polite, agreeable to many people, pleasing to the many folk. I would be a speaker of such words. I will select the words which bring in that kind of energy. Let me practice it today. Let me practice it the very moment. There's no point. Again, the harsh speech comes because of the food. It's not worth it. And I can also see that for every being, the breath is coming and going away. There is anicca nature. And as many breath goes away, the dukkha of impending aging, and with aging comes death. So no point. I don't want to be known as a harsh speaker. I don't want to be known as a slander. I don't want to be known as a false speaker. I don't want to be known as a sexual pervert. I don't want to be known as a stealer. I don't want to be known as a killer. Now, if that is true, the last one, sampapalapa, that should be stopped immediately. Sampapalapam pahaya, sampapalapa pativirato hoti. Kalavadi, Bhutavadi, Attavadi, Dhammavadi, Vinayavadi, Nidhanavatim, Vacham, Bhasita hoti Kalena, Sapadesam, Pariyantam, Vatim, Attha, Samhitam, Evam, ko chatubhidam vachaya socheyam hoti. Kalavadi. I'll first give up the frivolous nonsense talk. Nonsense talk as in discussion on the price hike, discussion on the governments, discussion on the diseases, discussion on the wars, discussion on finances, discussions on one person doing something and another person doing something, discussion on WhatsApp status messages, discussion on Facebook, discussions on WhatsApp, watching movies, watching teleserials, discussing on the TV and teleserials, discussion relating to programs, scene, music, and other kind of entertainment, either on TV or on Facebook Live or on YouTube Live or something like that, which adds no value. I'm stopping it right now. And I will speak in time. Kalavadi. Bhutavadi speaks truthfully. Dhammavadi talks on the Dhamma. Vinayavadi. Vinaya is the discipline, Buddha's discipline. Nidhanavatim, speaking slowly. And I will speak in such a way that it is good for recording. And the person should be willing to listen it again. Sapadesam, very reasonable. Pariyantavatim, to the point, to the message. Attha samhitam, endowed with easy to understand meanings. This is how I am going to maintain my speech. Now I'll come to the mind, 3 of them. First is abhijja. So I become anabhijjahalu. Abhijja, abhi plus ichcha, excessive, thirstful desire to get more and more. Whatever is there, I want more of it. Yam tam paras paravitupakaranam tam anabhijja hita hoti aho vata yam parasatam mamamsi hoti. Whatever wealth and provision belong to another, he would not be thinking on, alas, what is another's, that should be mine. It shouldn't be like that. And abhyapad, abhyapanna chitto hoti appaduttha manasa sankappo ime satta avera hontu apyapajja aniga sukham attanam pariharantu iti. So I'll develop goodwill with intentions that are not corrupt. These beings who are enemies, may they be free from that enmity, ill will, anger, prejudice, judgmental, and let them be anigha, obstacle free. Sukhi Attanam Pariharantu iti. May they become happy by establishing in the third jhana. Why? As I can see, everybody's breath is going away. Everybody is feeling hunger. They are diseased by hunger. They are diseased by thirst. So am I. So what's the point in having enmity with something or someone? What's the point in creating obstacles for oneself and for others? Why not we all earn the sukha of the third jhana? And finally, I'll develop sammaditthi. Sammaditthi ko hoti avi parita dasano atti dinam atti itam atti hutam atti sukadukkatanam kammanam pahanam phalam vipako atti ayam loko atti paraloko atti mata atti pita atti satta upapattika atti loke samana brahmana samagata samapatipanna yam ye imancha lokam parancha lokam sayam abhinya satchikatva pavedanti iti. There are gifts to be given, dana. There are offerings to be given. There are huta is the yajna that can be done for prosperity of all. There are fruits and results for well done and badly done deeds. There is this world, there is the next world. There are obligation towards the mother, there are obligation towards the father. There are beings who are spontaneously born. There are in this world the recluses and Brahmins who have practiced and attained correctly, and those who themselves, having directly realized it with their deep knowledge, make known this world and the next world. So I will practice this 10 kusala. Then tomorrow we can establish the second part, which is Indriya, Guttadvara. And the third one is removal of hindrances, 5. And then we are ready for the first, second, third, fourth jhana. And if we practice it correctly all the time, then we can get the first vijja, which is knowing all the past lives. Then the second vijja, to know how beings are going from one place to another place, from top to down, down to top, and some of them taking the same state, some of them not having body, some of them having body, some of them getting the body, some of them losing the body, can be seen. Then the third one, asavakhaya jnana, ending of all defilements. That's all. So let's continue our journey on Saturday. Let's meet up on Saturday. Reason being that we get one full day tomorrow to establish the 10 kusala and looking at the food, what we are giving from morning till the night, and the next day morning, that is Saturday, till we meet up in the evening. So let's meet up at 7 p.m. on Saturday, 7 to 8, and establish Indriya Bhavana. That's all. Any questions? Otherwise, let's end.
No questions, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
No questions, sir.
Okay. Namo Buddhaya. Then let's meet up on Saturday.
Namo Buddhaya, sir.
Namo Buddhaya. Bye.
Namo
Good
Buddhaya.
night.